Hello everybody, and thank you guys for tuning in this video. My name is Cole Martins, and in today's episode we are going to be talking about the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series and race number 2 of 3 in the round of 12 for the chase for the Sprint Cup at Kansas Speedway for the Hollywood Casino 400. Again, this is race number 2 of 3 of the round of 12. 2 races left to see who will be in the round of 8 and moving on to the next round. Right now we know one driver who will be moving on to the round of 8, and that would be Jimmie Johnson after picking up a victory at Charlotte last week, locking his spot into that round of 8, of course. Well, I'll start off and go right to the race here. A very interesting race. There's 8 cautions in this race. Quite a few lead changes. It seemed like at points when these guys got the lead, it seemed like they were in control of the lead for a while. They had very strong cars, but once they lost that lead, it seemed like they just fell back and couldn't make their way back up there. We'll start off talking with our pole setter though, Matt Kenseth, who led the field with the green flag. And it seemed like Kenseth was going to dominate this race as he led for a very good portion of it. But until lap 126, where where'd he come from? Kevin Harvick made his way up to the front. Surprisingly not at the end this time, makes it about midway through the race and will take the lead from Matt Kenseth. But Harvick would not hold the lead for long as on lap 169, the rookie Chase Elliott would take the lead from Kevin Harvick and try to pick up his first career victory in the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series. But the lead would not continue for long as only 6 laps later on lap 175, Chase Elliott would come out of pits and find out he had a tire rub, which made him have to come back in again, causing him to go a lap down and give the lead to cousin Carl Edwards, who is at his home state right now in Kansas, trying to pick up his first victory at that track. Then we had a few laps later at lap 189, where Brad Keselowski has a little bit of trouble coming out of turn before he gets loose. Gets a little tap from Denny Hamlin, causing him to go into the infield grass on the front stretch, which once the spoiler dips into the track, that they'll just rip your car completely right up, and then they pretty much destroyed the front of it, popping his hood up and everything else up right in front of the car. And they had to go back to the garage to try to fix that. And bad luck for Brad Keselowski, right now one of the drivers in the chase for the Sprint Cup, and losing quite a few points after running in the top 10 for most of the day. Then we head to lap 222, where Brad Keselowski was actually able to get back out on the track, but when he got back out there, his car started smoking, which brought out another caution, which caused him to go back into pits once again and try to get some stuff fixed up. And during that caution, we had the drivers come in for pit stops. Austin Dillon would actually end up taking the lead as he won the race off pit road. One of the chase drivers, after having a bad week last week after he caused the big crash that involved 6 drivers in the chase at Charlotte, he would take the lead in this one and try to clinch his spot into the next round. But on lap 226 on the restart, Carl Edwards would take the lead right back as he would just fly right by him on the high side and take control of the lead that he had. Then on lap 234, a caution came out as I think it was David Reagan, would get it into the wall after blowing a tire. Now, hard decision for the leader to decide if you want to pit or not and try to keep your track position or try to get fresh tires and hope that everybody else follows you in. The top 6 drivers in the pack decided not to come in. 7 on back, though, decided to come in, get from fresh tires and fill up their tanks. And if you know about the fresh tire rule, if you have fresher tires, you're going to have better grip on the track, which will cause you to possibly go faster and go quicker in the corners, maybe possibly making you faster than those top 6 cars. So 7 then back try to take advantage of that. So then we had to lap 238, just on the restart, Kevin Harvick would make a bold move down low and would take the lead back from Carl Edwards and take that lead for the second time on the day. And then we had to lap 240, where a couple laps later, Chase Elliott, who finally got back on the lead lap, has his rear tire blow up, causing him to go slowly on the track, but no caution would come out as he kept the car under control below the bottom of the track and was able to make it to pit road, which caused him to go quite a few laps down. And during that was going on too, Carl Edwards and Kyle Busch, teammates in Joe Gibbs Racing, were fighting each other for that second spot, which allowed Kevin Harvick to pull farther and farther away. Carl Edwards would finally be able to get by Kyle Busch, but on the radio he was talking about how I was saying why his teammate was slowing him down. But again, if you look at it the way I see it, you're both racing for a championship, even though you're on the same team. After about 50 laps, with those 50 laps to go, you just go for it. There is no teammates anymore. So Kyle Busch had a reason to race against Carl Edwards in my book, and Carl Edwards should not be angry about that. But Kevin Harvick wasn't complaining because he was able to pull away farther and farther, got about a 3-second lead, and then it was all sailing for Kevin Harvick, because he would pick up a victory at Kansas Motor Speedway, his second win in the chase and his fourth win of the year, and his first win in the round of 12, which means he would lock his spot in the round of 8, which will be coming up here in a couple of weeks. And of course, this win is very important for one reason only, because next week is Talladega, and we all know anything can happen at the Talladega Super Speedway, especially the big one. So your results here for the Hollywood Casino 400 at Kansas Speedway, your top 10. First place was chase contender Kevin Harvick. Second was chase contender Carl Edwards. Third, chase contender Joey Logano. And fourth place, another chase contender in Jimmy Johnson. Fifth place, chase contender Kyle Busch. Sixth place, chase contender Austin Dillon. Eighth place, Alex Bowman. Seventh place was Alex Bowman, excuse me. Eighth place was AJ Allmendinger. Ninth place, chase contender Matt Kenseth. And in 10th place, Casey Kane. And 11th on down, these remaining drivers will all be chase contenders as well. As 11th, Martin Truex Jr., 13th, Kurt Busch, 15th, Denny Hamlin, 31st, Chase Elliott, and 38th, Brad Keselowski. And your points coming out of Kansas in the second race of the round of 12, Jimmy Johnson and Kevin Harvick both locked their spot in the next round, in the round of 8, so they are first and second in your points right now. Matt Kenseth running in third, 29 points above the cut line in 9th place. Fourth is Kurt Busch, who is 27 points above the cut line. Fifth place, Carl Edwards, who is 24 points up. Sixth place, Kurt Busch, 17 points up. Seventh place, Martin Truex Jr., who is 13 points up. And Joey Logano is right now 0 points above the cut line, as he is tied with the 9th place driver, Austin Dillon. Because of his finishes, he is right now higher than Austin Dillon. So right now, whoever finishes better out of these two could be the guy moving on to the next round at Talladega next week. So that should be something interesting to watch. But 9th place, like I mentioned, is Austin Dillon. He's below the cut line now, so he needs it right now, at least try to finish better than Joey Logano. 10th place is Denny Hamlin, as he is 6 points out from 8th. 9th and 11th place is Brad Keselowski, who is 7 points out. And in 12th place is Chase Elliott, who is 25 points out. 2 weeks of bad luck for Chase Elliott, pretty much for him to make it into the chase next week. He's going to need a lot of these guys to be crashed early, so they end up in below the top 30, or he's more than likely going to end up having to pick up a win. Seems like the best scenario for Chase Elliott at Talladega. And speaking of Talladega, next week's race is the Alabama 500. That one will be again at Talladega Super Speedway. You can catch that race at 2:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on NBC Sports Network. In the fall winter, we had Brad Keselowski picking up the win in the fall. He has 4 wins at Talladega Motor Speedway. Right now, out of current drivers, he has the most, I believe, at Talladega Motor Speedway, if you don't consider Dale Earnhardt Jr., who has the most of anybody out of current drivers. But if the drivers that are in are going to be in the cars next week, Brad Keselowski would have the most of 4. And last year's winner of this race was Joey Logano. That was in the last fall's race, and that was his first career win at Talladega Motor Speedway. Other drivers who have won at Talladega: Denny Hamlin, who has 1 win there in 2004. Matt Kenseth has 1 win there in 2012. Johnson has 2 wins there. His last one is in 2011. Kevin Harvick has 1 win there, and that was 2010. And Kyle Busch has a win there, and that was in 2008. So 7 of the drivers, the 12 drivers in the chase, have a win at Talladega. I know 5 of those drivers would like to pick up another victory there, and the other 5 that have not won there would love to pick up a victory there, as well as 10 of them will be racing for a spot in the chase for the Spring Cup. So that is it for this video. I'd like to thank you guys for watching. I'd love to hear what you guys got to say about the race if you watched it. Who do you think right now is the most dominant car in the chase? What do you guys think about the race at Kansas on Sunday? What do you think what's going to happen at Talladega at Sunday? Love to hear what you guys got to say. If you guys could also want to talk to me on Twitter, you can do that by following me at ColeMartins57. If you guys want to tag me in a post, I'd love to talk to you guys and hear what you guys got to say about NASCAR races and WWE or any other sport. Again, love to hear what you guys got to say. Also, if you like this video, please hit the like button. And if you would want to see more of these NASCAR videos or other videos that I post, please subscribe to my channel. So thank you guys for watching this video once again, and you guys all have a great day.